for you.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for 10 News at 6. I'm Lindsay Kennett. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Food and Drug Administration both agree millions of Americans can get COVID-19 booster shots, but health officials warn this is not the end of the pandemic. The CDC says about 64% of eligible people in the U.S. are now fully vaccinated, but more than 70 million eligible Americans have yet to roll up their sleeves for the first time.
This isn't Democrat or Republican. This is life and death. And when have we gotten to the point where we are so determined to either be a red state or a blue state versus saving lives?
An analysis of data from both the CDC and Johns Hopkins University shows the average COVID death rate in the 10 least vaccinated states more than quadrupled the rate found in the 10 most vaccinated states. Americans who are eligible for a COVID booster shot can now get them at 6,000 CVS locations. The company says it started giving doses yesterday. You can schedule an appointment on the pharmacy's website, cvs.com. Health experts at the University of Virginia encourage people to get the COVID and flu shot at the same doctor's visit. They say it's a new step to consider that will hopefully free up ICU space.
Data that we've seen has suggested that getting co-vaccination is very safe, very effective.
Doctors say this is especially important with the current level of COVID cases across the Commonwealth. New studies from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirm masking in schools cuts down on the spread of COVID. One study in 2 different Arizona counties shows COVID outbreaks were almost 4 times more common in schools where there was no mask mandate. Another study shows case rates in children and teens were greater in counties where the public schools had no mask mandates than in those where masking was required. A pair of COVID positive test results complicated an appearance by Vice President Kamala Harris on The View Friday. The vice president was in New York to be a guest on the show, but just minutes before the segment, host Sunny Hostin and guest host Ana Navarro walked off the set having tested positive for COVID. The White House says Vice President Harris had no contact with the hosts.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Hi there, friends. I'm meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. Today was a beautiful way to start out the weekend. Although, as we went into the afternoon hours, we started to see a little more cloud cover. We continue to see a little bit of cloud cover around, especially towards the mountains. Why? Because we have a cold front knocking on our doorstep. It's going to cross our neck of the woods tonight. And as it does, it could bring a stray shower or 2 in places like the Highlands or maybe even the New River Valley. I think the best chance for this stray shower or 2 will likely be from now through about maybe 1 a.m. It looks like Lynchburg, Southside, you're going to be dry and you're not going to see as much cloud cover overnight in comparison to, say, the Highlands, Mountain Empire, and New River Valley. Now, we're looking dry Sunday, and we're looking dry here really for the foreseeable future. There might be a couple of fly in the ointments that we'll talk about in the 7-day forecast, but for the most part, from now through the beginning of October, we're going to be in store for a pretty dry pattern setting up, and that means we're going to see, I think, our fair share of sunshine here for about the next week, maybe week and a half. I do want to take you into the tropics. This is the big weather story going on right now. The latest on Hurricane Sam, a major hurricane, and it is a monster of a hurricane. It's not that large, but it's incredibly powerful, very compact. Winds right now of 140 miles per hour, moving west-northwest to 10. It is expected to maintain its hurricane status, even its major hurricane status, as we head into much of next week. Notice that is going to go to the north of the Lesser Antilles. Long-range computer projections have it getting a little bit closer to Bermuda than it will be towards the United States here as we head late next week into next weekend. But we're going to have to keep a really close eye on this because this is going to be a very strong hurricane and maintain its strength here for quite some time. But again, as of now, I don't think it's going to have an impact on our weather here. But please stay tuned to your local weather authority. For tonight, partly cloudy, patchy fog. Overnight lows tonight ranging between about 46 and 53. We're not quite as cold or chilly outside tonight as we were last night. Still very pleasant outside. And again, remember, stray shower possible in the mountains here for about the next 6 to 8 hours. But again, coverage area very, very small if we get anything at all. Let's break down your Sunday part by part. Temperatures 8 a.m. middle 50s, highs on Sunday middle 70s. We're going to have, I think, another beautiful day. Again, may start out with some patchy fog, but once that fog burns off, we're going to see mainly sunny skies all day. Humidity stays low and temperatures stay quite pleasant. Here's a look at that extended forecast. Remember I said there's one little fly in the ointment as far as the dry weather is concerned? That comes on Tuesday. Tuesday we will have another front push through here. And what that's going to do is provide us some isolated showers and maybe even a stray storm. But outside of Tuesday, the next 7 days look very, very quiet with skies partly to at times mostly sunny. Nice little warm up early next week with highs Monday, Tuesday in the lower 80s before we fall into the 70s again Thursday through next Saturday. Lindsay.
Thank you, Jeff. Making national headlines, there is now a $30,000 reward to anyone with information leading to Brian Laundrie. The 23-year-old's girlfriend, Gabby Petito, was found dead on September 19th. The two went on a cross-country road trip, but Laundrie returned home without Petito earlier this month. Laundrie's parents told police he was missing a few days before her body was found. Police have been searching for him in Florida's Carlton Reserve near Venice. A law firm and someone with ties to the Petito family are contributing to the reward. More than a dozen high school marching bands across our region battled it out on the William Fleming High School field today in a first-of-its-kind competition. Marching in sync while staying in tune, thousands of student, band, and color guard members performed in the Star City Classic Marching Band competition. After performances were canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic, William Fleming High School band director Michael Sanchez wanted to give students a chance to express their passion. He teamed up with Patrick Henry High School, who helped kick off the competition by playing the national anthem. 16-year-old trumpet player Harper Gunn says marching bands require a challenging level of multitasking.
Well, it's crazy because you have to memorize your music, memorize your dots, make sure you look right, you're facing the front. You have to stay with the drum major. There's so many elements that are with it. It's way harder than people think it is.
All profits from the ticket sales will support both high school bands. This weekend, the Tudor House is spreading a message of suicide awareness at Grandin Theater showings of Dear Evan Hansen. The Tudor House was started in honor of a Roanoke businessman and swim coach, Lewis Tudor, who took his own life last summer. The movie, Dear Evan Hansen, is about a teenager with social anxiety as he tries to find acceptance after a classmate takes their own life. The Tudor House has a booth this weekend from noon to 8 to offer resources for suicide prevention and mental health awareness. Before every showing, the theater will show a slide highlighting the Tudor House while counselors and mental health workers wait in the lobby.
A lot of times people don't know where to turn, whether it's for themselves or for someone else. So they can, before the movie or after the movie, come out and get the crisis phone numbers, or they can get resources on what are the warning signs of suicide.
Tudor House is also working toward a $100,000 fundraising goal to help offer free mental health services for the community. It's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's final day of their New York City tour. Later, they'll attend the Global Citizen live concert in Central Park. The event is meant to encourage world leaders to adopt vaccine equity and to take greater action against climate change. This is the couple's first public appearance since the birth of their daughter in June. Well, everyone, that's all the time we have for now. Thank you so much for watching. Join us later tonight on air at 11.